Welcome back to the channel, and Happy New Year. Hope you're having a great holiday out there. So I wanted to talk about some of the Dragon Boat gear that I use because I haven't always owned my own gear. Now, many years ago when I first got into dragon boating, this was the standard issue paddle. Now, you can't feel this weight, of course, but it actually weighs 880 grams. So almost a kilo this paddle weighs. And these were the standard issue dragon boat paddles when I got into dragon boating. There were many a competition won with these paddles. And as you can see, it's kind of a different profile to the standard IDBF approved dimensions these days. But these are actually not a bad paddle to use, apart from their weight. Now, that weight I gave you of 880 grams is the dry weight. Now, if you look at the end of this particular paddle, you might be able to see that the polyurethane coating has worn off. And what happens is water gets into the bottom of these, the timber expands, and they start to become waterlogged. And they even start to crack, as this one has right here. So a couple of years ago, when I was coaching a team, I would always get them to use these paddles as the training paddles. And what I would say to them is, because all the other teams were using wooden T-bars or carbon fiber, and what I would tell them was, you learn your craft swinging one of these, and then when you get a T-bar in your hand, wooden or carbon, you're really going to appreciate what that T-bar can do. But I always used to tell them, learn your craft on this one first. Now, the other thing about this paddle is it's cut to 1.18 meters. So that's very short compared to the typical length of paddle used today. But as I said before, there were many competition won with these paddles. But there's quite a weight to this one. The next generation of paddle that came along was the wooden T-bar, and this particular one is a Typhoon 8 paddle. I believe it's made out of Australia, and as you can see, it's got a tip protection down the bottom, plastic tip protector. It's laminated timber. I'm not sure exactly what kind it is. It's got an oval shaped shaft, and that tapers off up towards the T-bar end as well. This particular paddle is cut to 122, so it's around about the average length that you might find in use today. Its weight is 700 grams, so it's only a little bit lighter than the older generation paddle, but of course the profile of the blade is completely different, and you can actually cut through the water quite nicely with this blade. This one is IDBF approved, and I still like to get out and use it every now and then, get a bit of weight in the hand. It's quite still a nice paddle to use today. Now, one of the other paddles that I really do like using is the Kealoha brand. So this is a Kealoha Zen fixed length. It's 125 centimeters, and IDBF approved, of course, and it's a very, very nice paddle. You can see the blade profile, the tip profile at the end is it's quite sharp, so it cuts into the water really nicely. The actual blade profile itself, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's reasonably thin. It's not a thick blade profile, so it glides between the water very nicely. And this is a round shaft, whereas some of them are oval shaped. This one is round. This is a really nice paddle. I really enjoy using this paddle in the boat as well. One of my favorite paddles is also this Kealoha. This is the Kealoha Zen fully adjustable. Now I'm going to make a separate video on this because what I want to do is completely disassemble this so I can show you the maintenance that it does need from time to time. So this is a lever lock, fully adjustable Zen. But one of the advantages, of course, about being fully adjustable is if you're in the boat and perhaps, you know, the boat's sitting low in the water and you're sitting somewhere in the middle of the boat, you're going to be quite close to the water. A longer paddle might be more of a hindrance than an advantage, and you might want to shorten that blade up. And you can do this on the spot. You just flick that lever up, adjust it to where you need it, lock it back into position, and you're in bizzo. So that's probably one of my favorite paddles, actually, the Zen adjustable paddle, fully carbon. This particular paddle here is a Failer. Now I'm going to show you the tip end. It has a very, very thin profile. Turn it around this way so you can see it. Hopefully the camera's catching just how thin a profile that blade is. Now when I first saw these and got one in my hand, it's very light, by the way. This Failer is 415 grams. It's a Allen key adjustable paddle, different from the lever lock on the Kealoha. So if you're going to use this paddle, I always carry the Allen key in my pocket in case I need to quickly adjust it in the boat. But when I first got this paddle, I thought surely there must be some flex in this blade because it is just so thin. But actually, after laying into it and having a couple of friends test it, there's no flex that we can detect in this blade at all. It is very light in the hand. So if you prefer a light paddle, you might want to check these out online. Failer is the brand, fully carbon, IDBF approved, and fully adjustable by Allen key. Now just to give you a comparison of just how thin these Failer blades are, I'm just going to put it side by side against the Kealoha fixed. And hopefully you'll get a sense of just how thin that blade profile is. So the Failer is the paddle on the bottom. That's the end. That's the tip of the blade there. I'm just going to turn it around and go side on. So once again, the Failer paddle is the one on the bottom. I'll just turn that through so you can see. So if you really prefer to have a thin profile on your blade, this would be, or something like this, Failer, would be the way to go. Now the other wooden paddle I've got here, which I really love using as a training paddle, is this one here. This is actually a Thai longboat paddle, but many of the Thailand dragon boat paddlers use them in the dragon boat. They're a beautiful paddle to use. Look how thin this teardrop blade is. Just move that around. Beautiful paddle to use. It's one piece. It's all carved out of Thai hardwood. I can't remember exactly what the name is, but this is a one-piece paddle, and this one is cut to 122. Beautiful paddle to use in the boat. So there's a little bit about the choice of paddles that I have. As I said before, I never used to have my own dragon boat gear. For many, many years, I just used to use club equipment. And most of that club equipment was the old style paddle here. But as I've gotten back into dragon boating and become more interested in the competitive side, I've wanted my own gear. So I thought I'd give you a taste today of the kinds of Dragon Boat paddles that are now available that weren't available when I first started paddling. There's a whole range out there. You're really spoilt for choice. And there's some good deals to be had out there as well, even for the carbon fiber paddles. And their pricing has come right down since they were released. So I hope there was something useful in that lot. What kind of paddle are you using? Drop us a comment in the questions, and let's see what kind of paddle you're using and why you're choosing to use that paddle. I'm going to make some more videos on other Dragon Boat gear that I use, and I'll post those up shortly. But I deliberately started with the paddles today. So until next time,